Alright viewers, what's the DC tutorial in the Super Sabre. Today we're covering how to land. So we're coming in to Incirlik, approaching initials, on runway 23, we're 26 miles away. So just over some things, you need to make sure you are landing pretty fast. I found about 160 is good for touchdown. You want to be on final at like 180, 190, 200-ish. Any slower, especially turning base, and you do risk saber dancing, which that is when most crashes were caused with the saber dance, was when you're landing or taking off, especially landing. Not, I don't know about taking off. Definitely was landing. That's where a lot of these crashes would happen. So we'll go in for the overhead, turning towards initials now. You want to come in at about 350 knots. I've heard between 300 to 350, maybe even 400. I don't know. What I've also found is you want to avoid any negative G's. Okay, 299 if I'm gonna set that as my alternative 299. Okay, there we go. QFE set. Okay, I'm on runway 5, so I'll go to runway 5. That's where they want me. They can have me there. So we'll come fly south a bit. Oh, I just killed the engine. The engine's fine. Good. Yeah, if you pull negative G's, even if you just like tap the stick forwards, you do risk starting the engine out. So be very careful. I'd say leave your air start uncovered. You just flick that. Ready to flick. I will cover like engine performance, engine handling, and air starting the engine in a different video. Okay, so a lot more people than I thought there were. Okay, cool. Just checking if the server's active, because we might need to worry about crashing into people, maybe on landing. Oh well. We're landing with the right away, it's fine. Now one other thing that I found that really helps, is raise your seat as high as you can. In the default position, assuming you haven't changed yours, the seat is way too low to see anything over the nose when landing, so that is obviously a huge problem. So yeah, I'd say raise your seat, definitely raise your seat. We are 7 miles, so we should be off our right. There it is. Right, so we want to be starting at about 1,200 feet. Should be good, I think. We'll start slowing down as we turn to initials. And we want to brake at the end of the runway to give ourselves as much space to get settled on downwind. Okay, so we'll turn right shortly to go into the brake. Obviously, important gauges are your speed, your descent rate, and your altimeter. Those are the most important gauges. You need to glue your eyes onto those. What I find is I just kind of like just glance down every now and again at what they're doing, just so I can kind of get an eye on that. Okay, turning onto BRC for the brake. We'll cut throttle a little bit to slow it down to 350. We do want to be quite wide, I found in the overhead, because, not in the overhead, sorry, when you're turning kind of into the brake, you want to do like quite a wide brake. Otherwise, you will undershoot or overshoot the runway, and it's just not a good time.
Request landing.
Okay, home brake. Okay, we'll do a left-hand brake. There's less civilian stuff over there, like less infrastructure to the left and to the right. Oh, yeah, we'll brake. We'll brake left. I think that's probably better. Okay, we're on speed and on altitude, so let's get ready to brake. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. Yes, so I think I'm going straight in for landing. I'm not. What is that? Okay, yeah, drop tank empty. Oh, cool. It does have a drop tank plug. Good to know. Never noticed that before. Yeah, fuel quantity looks fine. We haven't flown that far. We've like it was like a 100-mile round trip, so yeah, fine. We have two. I think it's the 275-gallon drop tanks on the wings. Okay, and we'll turn into the brake now. I would use throttle to about a third, and we'll try and maintain altitude. We did kind of balloon a bit in that turn, but that should be fine. It's not a huge problem. We'll do a nice kind of sweeping arc. We'll try to maintain about 250, 240, 230-ish. I'm not going to dirty up yet, because I don't want to kind of have too much drag. I might go takeoff flats. I'm not going to put gear until final. Because the gear imparts a lot of drag on this plane. Your engine is not powerful enough to kind of counteract that for a long time. So you have to be very careful. Yes, we'll hold about 200 here. Okay, so that's the landing gear warning, that's fine. We'll just ignore that and keep on going. Yeah, so look at how high my throttle is right now, look at how slow we are. So you really need to be careful with the throttle. Keep in mind, if you push the throttle back, then push it too fast forwards again, you will compressor stall and you will crash. Because you have to go back to idle to kind of clear the stall, then pull it back up, and that'll take way too long at this low speed and low altitude, and this high of an AOA. Okay, so I'll turn in once my wing passes the threshold, which it will shortly. Okay, I'm gonna go landing flaps and turn in final now, turning base. Landing flaps are set, turning base. So once we're established in the groove, then I will put the gear down. I will not do it sooner because, like I said, that is way too much drag, like for this engine. I'm sure the manual says to do that, but I disagree. I think that is, I think at least in DCS that is wrong. So yeah, so we'll start pulling back power and put the gear down. Also put the landing lights out. Okay, now I'm going to recommend you modulate speed with the speed brake, not the throttle. Keep the throttle where it is. So you can hear the speed brake coming out. We'll put it back in. We want to go a bit faster, I think. Okay, yeah, so this speed's alright, but we're on the low end, but this should be fine, I think. I'm going to pull a bit more AOA. risking the same dance here, you gotta be careful. When we pass the threshold, we'll cut throttle and flare. Okay, getting low and get ready to cut throttle. Cutting throttle, flaring. Okay, reflecting on the runway, and touchdown. That was pretty smooth, that was nice. Okay, now we're deploying the drag chute by left clicking it or using your keybind. Now we'll add some throttle to taxi off the runway and put on nozzle steering on. I'd recommend not using the brakes because they do overheat very easily. Sorry, yeah, so the brakes overheat very easily, so I'd say don't use them as much as you can avoid using them. Just use your parachute to slow down most of the way. Okay, I will raise the landing lights. I'll just keep on taxiing. You can jettison your chute. I'm not going to jettison it out in the clutter of the runway, that'd look bad. So we'll taxi off here. And we'll take this off ramp. And now we can jettison our drop chutes. Okay, chute's gone. And we can now stow the handle again, ready for use. Alright, that'll be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Patreon, TikTok, and YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Shark31 signing off.